Hey guys, if you love QF's content on our free Sundays and Thursday sessions, then please visit our Patreon page in the description and sub to the Black Kluge tier or higher for full access to not only our bonus weekly Tuesday night shows and the alternate Sunday shows you've been missing, but also to the exclusive episodes not available to the lower tiers. It's roughly the price of one coffee a month, and nobody at Starbucks will make you laugh like we do for that kind of scratch. In addition, when you sub to the Black Kluge tier, you'll get 2 weeks advance access to each Thursday session on Patreon before it makes it to YouTube.
And I want to tell you that ZipRecruiter, Mattress Firm. Mattress Firm is the new bed, new you sale. I think I threw out the Hyundai commercial.
You got so excited.
I got so excited. Well, that's what happens when I get upset. Let me see. Let me go through the garbage here. Let me tell you about ZipRecruiter. I don't have the zip. Guys, can you put that up on the screen, the ZipRecruiter commercial? Not that, I've done it enough times that I should have it memorized, but I don't want to leave out any detail.
Did you throw away all your copy today? What's going on?
I did. I don't know where it is.
Wow.
Robin, I should tell you that ZipRecruiter, that's my place, man. You know what I say. ZipRecruiter, that's where you go for jobs. ZipRecruiter estimates A1. AI, not
AI. A1. I was like,
hey,
what is he
I
doing?
call it, A1 is the steak sauce, your time or your money. And once you find the right candidates, you can use ZipRecruiter's invite to apply message. Wait a second. Once you find the right candidates, you can use ZipRecruiter's invite to apply message to personally reach out. You know how many times I've read this commercial, I'm still struggling?
I was going to say, you've done this before.
But today it seems like it's new. Anyway, Gary loves two things, Hyundai and ass eating, it turns out. So
I like getting it eat better.
All right, not during the Hyundai. All right, Daredevil. Well, let me get back to where. Find that, here's something, Robin, you know about for sure. Total Wine and More. You love it. She is a big, okay. First, talk about Melinda's, it says here. Thank you to Melinda's. I tell you, they overload me with responsibilities. Mattress Firm, Total Wine and More. 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 I don't want to be a bore. I go to Total Wine and More. I ain't no whore. Total Wine and More. Anyway, she's going to be here, and that'll be fun. And this Wednesday, Chris Stapleton will be here performing. I always look forward to him.
It's a musical week?
Yeah, it's Charlie XCX next Wednesday. This Wednesday, Chris Stapleton.
Oh.
And, I fucked it up. I'm a little out of it.
All right, guys, we're back to QF, a podcast about Howard Stern. I'm your host, Fillmore, a.k.a. Jim Fix, and with me for part 2 of Noine is Mr. Cary. How are you, buddy?
Hello. Doing fine.
Guys, we're going to go right into it because we got a lot more of the video to cover. So back into the trenches, as it were.
Crying to his friends.
Hey, little buddy.
Oh, yeah. Does she know how much you care about her? Yes.
Man, you know what Frank is saying? Tell her. Leave me alone.
Yeah, right. Go make a videotape.
Get out of my car. Frank's saying, get another broad.
Really?
What's the big deal?
You're acting like a girl.
Oh,
Dang it.
Seriously. You're such a faggot. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Isn't it amazing to hear that from this show when they can't use that word anymore?
Right, yeah, and especially coming from Howard of all people.
Of all people, Mr. I love trans people. I'm the biggest supporter of the what is it? LGBTQ. I can't even remember the rest of the entire acronym. Holy Christ!
Yeah, the guy with the what is it? The ladyboy porn.
The ladyboy fetish. And in fact, when you hear, I just made 3 new QF themes. One of them is about his shitty plug readings. So all the fuck ups he does reading the plugs. One of them is about his fake laugh, and the other one's all about how many friends he has. I've got a friend who, you'll love him.
I had women break my heart. I had women. I was in love with this chick from Princeton right before I met Allison. She called me up and told me my penis wasn't big enough.
Did you make a videotape?
She didn't exactly say that. She just said, we'd gone out a long time, and she said, you know what? Because I met this guy, he's red hair, and he's got a really big penis.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's what she said to me.
Boy, talk about things.
Now, here's the thing. Could it have happened? No, I'd have to. In my head, I'm going, this is Howard thinking he must have a really big penis.
Right.
And that's
yeah.
why he's, right. Okay.
Yeah, I don't believe any of that. I don't believe it. Yeah, any of it. I mean, it's my default with the wig is everything out of his mouth is a lie.
It must be. Yeah.
Things you don't want to hear.
Yeah.
Really?
Now, I'll tell you, I was in love. I didn't make no goddamn tape.
Did you cry?
No. You know what? I probably wanted to, but I ain't going to allow myself to cry over a woman.
You cried, right, Cary?
Yeah, I cried. John, have you ever cried over a woman ever?
I had a girl cheat on me left and right. I don't think I cried.
You don't want to be crying. Dude,
John is only crying now because he can't get access to his kids' college funds. Fucking hell, Jesus.
Parent,
huh?
when your parents are raising you and humiliating you and telling you what an idiot you are, you don't even cry during that. You always stay strong.
I
You
cried
do?
during that as well.
You do?
No, I did.
Yeah, you got to stay strong. My father trained me early on not to have any emotion.
No, Gary came through it. Okay, you are a mess.
I see. When my father would yell at me and tell me I was a nobody and that I would never amount to anything, I just took it like a man. Always.
Right from the get-go?
Yeah.
No, I learned.
Yeah, you took like a
He-Man
man.
Howard.
Yeah, who spent the last fucking 40 years complaining about how his father treated him.
Right. Yeah, the
Made
guy
an entire
did.
career.
Yeah, and he did. His dad. Oh my God, his dad couldn't have spoiled him more.
No. And I mean, the honest truth is, I'm trying to think of everything Ben Stern did. Okay, let's just run down. Got him Got him a car, paid for his tuition.
Right.
I don't know if he paid for his dorm. I think he was still living at home, so he didn't have to. Wasn't he still going to school and sleeping at the Stern compound?
No, he was because he went to school in Boston.
Oh, he went to Boston. Yeah, I forgot. Sorry about that. I keep thinking.
So I'm sure he paid all of that, but even before that, remember he built him like a puppet theater.
Oh yes, so they got expensive puppets from France, I think it was, where they said that they made the best, mannequins and stuff. So got him a musical instruments because he wanted to be in a band. Paid for lessons for a math tutor that he's admitted. Math tutor. He had a piano teacher. He had what else? He wanted to do karate. So they took him for 10 minutes and they walked out. Probably had to pay for it then too, and for that commute to get there. And then what else? Let's see. Gas card, so he wouldn't have to pay for gas when he was at college. Mm-hmm. Tried to hook him up with a job when he was out of college, and Howard fucked that up. They cover that in the Colford saga. There's nothing he didn't do for that fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, but listen to Howard. It was, or remember that Ed Bradley interview? Oh, it's the House of Horrors.
Yeah. Okay.
like he fucking lived in the Amityville house.
Is there anything better than that fucking Ed Bradley expression on his face? That impassive expression, what are you talking about?
Right.
Because even he couldn't buy it.
Oh my God.
What would be the worst thing you can remember your dad ever doing to you, aside from corporal punishment?
I really can't think of anything. I mean, my dad was a good guy, and I will tell you of all the corporal punishment and all the backhands and stuff that I got physical, it was all deserved.
Well, I mean, that's the point. When it was given out in our household, you did wrong. It wasn't
right. Oh
God, maybe I will. It's like no, you knew before you got it. That's what you were getting. Yeah, the parameters were very well set. So fuck this little fucking pustada needed a few more slaps to the head. Christ.
Yeah. I learned how to take a punch.
We have him sniveling on these days.
Hey, can you do me a favor?
When he was 7, he was a little.
Yeah, I mean, I was 7. I was a wimp.
Do me a really big favor, Howard.
Yeah.
You see on the thing you're holding in your hand?
Yes.
Can you just hit the display button for 1 second?
Why?
Because I'm trying to figure out how far into this we are.
Don't worry about it.
Not
Come on, here we
very.
go. Don't confuse me. Here we go.
Don't worry about it. You'll always have these to hold against me one way or another.
We will.
Okay.
Let me start out. I feel like I'm asking your father.
Now, Howard will never get a hold of this, will he?
Marry you. I want to lay out my intentions. I want to lay out what I want. What I want from you.
What I want.
Oh man, like this is I don't understand. When you because he had to have recorded this and then played it back to himself to see what it sounded like, because you have to know what it looks like and all that stuff. Who wouldn't listen to that and go, Jesus, maybe I should edit that what I want, because it sounds pretty fucking selfish.
No, I think he's just totally not self-aware.
No,
like you know how elitist Bowie can be, and how what's the word
pompous.
Pompous. He's completely not self-aware. So yeah, this is just more evidence of that. The fact, like you said, that he didn't go through and make edits is proof of that.
Oh my Lord! And well, I'm looking at a guy with this guy's slick back like Little Lord Fauntleroy in the studio, and this shirt that's way too big for him. But oh well, he's well thought out.
But obviously I want to go back out with you again. That goes without saying. But I mean, there's got to be more to it than that.
Goes without saying, but
condition. The first thing that I want is I want a commitment. I want to give a commitment, and I want to have a commitment. I want to.
You dumped her.
Oh my God. And then the fact that like so she started dating some other guy.
Yeah.
And then that guy knows about this stuff, and even he's rubbing it in. It's like, dude, come on.
It's all bad. I mean, what's the redeeming quality? There are some callers that are going to call in and say like, oh, I think he sounds sweet or whatever, but who the hell is going to listen to this knowing the backstory? Because he's already explained, I cheated on her.
Right.
I dumped her. He cheated on her, and then he wanted to play the field, and all of a sudden he got buyer's remorse on that whole cheating deal. Fucking hell.
Be your boyfriend. I want you to be my girlfriend. I'd dump everybody I was going out with in a second if you said you'd go back with me, and it would be just me and you. I want to make that clear. If it hadn't been clear, I'm making it clear now.
I'll give up my statement.
Monogamy. I want to do things for you. I know I was kind of insensitive before, and
You're my producer.
I'm cringing.
So far, have you cringed a lot of times? Like,
Yeah,
it's worth it.
a couple of times, yeah. Oh, yeah, no, it's worth the money. I'm glad I paid. You guys glad you paid?
You think you had this plan like Lucas 10 years later?
I don't know.
The Phantom Toothy.
The Phantom Toothy.
Oh.
Like George Lucas, the trilogy.
Oh my God. He should have hired these guys as writers. They're more talented than the staff that he's got today. That's for damn sure.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah. I mean, honest to God, there's people like, especially even on this podcast that we have that are just witty, naturally witty, and they come up with stuff that you could easily get them to do a better job with than Chris Wilding being on the air. But not writing anything, just literally talking, having a conversation about things, real things. Yeah.
Prequel.
Starlip. All right, boys, everyone ready?
Good.
Yeah. Ladies?
Good.
We're ready.
Thank you.
We're going.
Much I can do about it. I mean, I can't sit here. I can say I was sorry, but I'm not going to sit here and make excuses. What's done is done, and I can't change what's behind me. There's a lot of reasons. Or there's a lot of excuses why I acted that way, but there are no reasons. But the point is, that's behind me. I want to do a lot of the things that we said we were going to do and never got to do.
Fix my teeth.
So it's all behind me. Oh my God. Where does he get this accent from?
Well, okay, he said so he's from Long Island, same as Howard,
Right.
but Howard doesn't have, Howard, being a radio guy, he would have had to work really hard at changing his accent. But Ray and Ben, I don't know, it's weird. I mean, the way you think, okay, if it's Long Island, then they should all have that accent. Leslie West, I think, was from Long Island as well, and he sounds a bit like Gary.
Yeah, but it's funny because Bowie, it almost seems like he does it intentionally on his pronunciation of certain words, like the whole Noine thing. And then like when he was saying behind, there was it was behind me. And I'm like, oh God, come on. It only seems like it's certain words. It's really weird.
The one expression I remember specifically that I felt like I didn't understand, and I knew it was when we were still over at Gunk, and Monique used it one time, and I thought, are you retarded? Like, what the hell did you just say? And it was, he thinks who the fuck he is. And and I go, this must be a New York retarded thing because it makes no sense. Like, yeah, I said, it makes no sense. You mean he thinks he's a big shot, but it's based on the question, who does he think he is? That's the phrase you want to say, but you're saying he thinks who the fuck he is. And I go, what kind of certifiable retard would come up with that and think that's acceptable?
That's got to be some kind of New York expression. I've never heard it, but
Boo used it because that's why it stuck out to me when she used it. I go, okay, well then this is it's must be a New York thing, yeah,
New York thing
makes zero sense. I mean, what's the most obscure Arizona expression that you can think of that's specific to the state?
I was going to say something to have to do with heat or desert or rocks or something like that. I can't think of anything.
Would it be a vocabulary word as opposed to a phrase?
No, but I know what you mean. Like, like my mother was from Texas, and there was like certain like kind of Texas things.
Oh yeah,
I'm trying to think of. I don't know. I can't think of it off the top of my head. But as we keep going, something will come up.
If you come up with one, raise your hand. Absolutely, I'd love to hear it.
All right.
You don't have to look at these any more than I do.
Oh man!
You know something? This is so riveting. You notice I'm not even interrupting.
I got to tell you, I'm grateful that these three guys are here because in my mind, the jokes take away from the tape.
Okay, yeah.
No,
true.
they don't.
Yeah, go ahead.
No,
Sorry?
Believe what you want.
Yeah.
This is like when you're in high school and your girlfriend breaks up with you and you write her a little letter telling her how you're sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, this is sad. This is high school.
Let me say something to any guy listening. And you bring up letters. Never commit in a letter. No. If you want to say something, say
cardinal rule. Never in writing.
A letter or on videotape.
Video, audio.
Yeah. That's
true.
Well, yeah, we covered that in part one, guys. Just do not commit. And these days, I mean, God, they've taken it to like sexting. I think I told this story on the podcast, but I'll say it one more time. But a buddy I know screwed over a girl. Like he cheated on her, and then to get back at him, she knew that he kept all of his social media accounts like lock free, and his phones were not locked. Right, so she slept with him just to get access to wake up in the night. Go over to his phone, and she posted one of his dick pics as a profile pic on Facebook. And he woke 6 hours later to like 300 messages telling him, "What the hell are you doing? What did you do?" I didn't see it. It happened in the night, so I was asleep. By the time he woke up, people were calling him to try to wake him up, whatever. And he finally got it, and he went off social media for I think 3 months.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Do not take those dick pics, folks. Do not. Don't do it.
No. Because, once somebody's going to get access to them that you don't want.
Yes.
And, and oh, God, once it hits the internet, you'll never live it down. It's there forever.
No way.
This is embarrassing.
Look at his sleeves.
I know. My sleeves rolled up.
It's a T-shirt.
He's a disco king.
I can't disagree with anything anybody calls me.
All right, let's go.
I wrote so much stuff down. A lot of it had to do with I was afraid of commitment, and I know you think that I was insensitive, but a lot of it comes from that because I was afraid that anything I did for you that was good, any kind of love I showed you or any kind of little things I did would only lead you more down to a way that I didn't feel at the time. I think you're gonna let me try to explain. Say,
yeah.
I give you a dozen roses.
That makes perfect sense. I understand this part. He's saying if I was more serious with certain things, you'd think I wanted more than just as casual relationship, which is what I wanted at the time. He wanted it casual, but if he did too many things to suggest otherwise, then it would be he'd putting himself in a position he didn't want to be in.
Yeah. I mean, he's a typical guy. We were all that age once. I mean, he wanted your cake and wanted to eat it too.
Right. You don't want to say you don't want to say I love you because that's serious, right? They would always say anything but that, right?
Right.
I remember at the time I was thinking like, it was such a big thing. Nowadays, people say, it's nothing to say that. Most people say it after the first date. I had one girl do that on a first date. That's why I had to dump her, because after the first date, she said, "I love you," and I'm like, we don't even know each other.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And she was a nice girl, but clearly damaged and clearly looking a little too hard for to get out of her situation. So I said, "No, sorry, this isn't."
Yeah, God only knows where you would have been had you stuck around for that.
But baked rabbits or something later on. Boiled rabbits, sorry, baked.
Right.
For no reason at all. I felt, in my mind, how could I do that if I don't love her? And then she's going to say, oh, he must love me because he did that. And that's why I didn't do a lot of romantic things. I am a pretty romantic guy, and I know you find that hard to believe.
Pussy! No, pussy!
Come on! Get a peg out!
Howard,
What?
if you stop the tape now, I'll get down in my underwear and you could throw baloney out.
Is it going to get better? I don't even think we're 5 minutes in.
Oh, no, we're not even to the best part yet.
I told you, it's terrible.
He would have gave her roses, but it wouldn't have been...
Here's what he's saying, I think. Because let me interpret. If he showed her like that commitment, like sending her, caring and love, if he sent her roses,
he was romantic,
she would start to believe that he was in love with her. But if he wasn't sure if he was in love with her, it would have been misleading.
That's right. That's very good.
Yeah. So I banged on the girl. Why do you lie like everybody else in the roses? What do you
Jackie, I would have loved, this is the thing, something like this is you need a camera on him, like an isolated camera, all their reactions. You know how they do it on Zoom, like every single person's face is on there? That's what they could have used back then.
Oh, that would have been great, just to see,
KC.
just to see Jackie. Well, we'd probably see him furiously writing down those notes and passing them to Howard.
Oh, big time. Fucking hell.
Why did you lie and just send her some roses? Then you wouldn't lose her.
So I strung her along. Can't you think in your mind send the roses and just, all right, whatever. I'm getting late tonight.
I had this really weird thing. I couldn't do that.
You couldn't lie.
I couldn't lie.
You were a nice girl, so I was mean to you.
Where did you grow up?
Yeah, Howard. He wouldn't lie, but he was cheating on her?
Yeah.
That's a great observation. Kind of minor sociopath. Yeah, lying's bad, cheating good.
Right.
Fuck, what moral conundrum.
He's cheating on her.
God, it amazes me that it's amazing that he had found someone to cheat with. It's just
okay. So is it so 88? So he just got on the Stern Show. Like the Stern Show was getting a name in 88, let's say, but it still wasn't. Was it in New York? Would it have been something enough clout to get some specimen like this laid?
I mean, maybe, maybe they were doing promos, like they're going to bars, stuff like that. So maybe, maybe some, groupie type chicks or whatever would maybe throw themselves at these guys or at Bowie, so maybe like he probably, he's like a Z-list celebrity, like, like they have these local DJs here that on the radio that have promos and stuff, and I imagine they're girls that
would sacrifice themselves for the greater good.
I guess or whatever. I mean it's fame. I mean you know how it is. So especially I mean now this. Let me read this blind for you. This might make you this might be fascinating to you because it's on that level. Hold on, let me see what I got here. All right, here we go. There's two of them, and this is the one. Okay, here we go. March 27th, big spender. Never let it be said that only the men in Hollywood spend a ton of money on escorts and the young people to play with in the bedroom. This permanent A-list, behind-the-scenes legend has a long history of helping actresses get roles that lead them to superstardom. Of course, to achieve that, the actresses had to spend a lot of time on our executive's couch and in her bed and anywhere else she demanded. Our legend is still very much alive and can't influence the careers of actresses really any longer, but spends an astonishing amount of money every month on women she spots on social media and then invites them to her home. I don't know if she was trying to fit as many in as she can in case she passes, but there are often 3 or 4 different women per week that she sees. Sherry Lansing, the one that was married to, she did, actually, we just mentioned, I think it was
Fatal Attraction. She produced that. She was married. She was married to William Friedkin, Billy Friedkin, French Connection, right?
How old is she now? Like
80, 81. I looked it up.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say she got to be pushing 80. Wow.
Yeah. So she totally Weinsteined her way and is still doing it. Even though she's not head of any studio anymore. So it's interesting, isn't it, that the women can be just as bad?
Oh yeah, but this stuff, it still goes on. I mean, just think about the numbers of people that hit Hollywood, and like every restaurant you go to. Oh, matter of fact, I read somewhere not too long ago, what was the guy's name that was in all the American Pie movies? He was real popular for a while. He was in all of those movies.
Which one?
The kind of the jock dude.
Stifler, that dude. Yeah. Sean William Scott, I think is his name.
Right. He's back to waiting tables.
You're kidding.
Yeah, I saw that somewhere.
No way.
Yeah. I saw like a little blurb, a little like Hollywood article deal about it. But I mean, it just expresses that, or proves that point that, I mean, there's just so much turnover. There's so many people trying to make it big and falling for whatever little thing they can, advantage they can do, whatever sacrifice they have to make, they're going to make it. It's sad. It really is, especially for the people that just don't make it.
Well, I mean, there's this. What was the one? Who's the one kid? Oh, do you remember? Okay, do you remember the Karate Kid, the first one? With Pat Morita. There's that one blonde kid on the Cobra Kai. His name's Dutch, right? The one that he disqualifies himself or something like that. That was Steve McQueen's son, Chad McQueen.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and he was written about in the what's his name? Joe Esterhaas book, Hollywood Animal, and how basically he would sleep with all kinds of girls on the basis of his dad's fame. He would get his not sloppy seconds. He would literally say, "My dad's so and so," and he was working at a gas station, and he was apparently, like Steve McQueen was very proud that he was just doing a blue collar job and would take all of his Hollywood people to see, like, fill up at that place. That's my son. And he's really, really like proud that he didn't. I think it was more like he didn't want to, pursue his dad's career, because how are you going to top him? But he was absolutely fine, not necessarily going into the business. After Karate Kid, he was offered to go into this Cobra Kai. Like they reached out to him and he just wasn't interested. He just said, "No, I'm not an actor. I'm not even going to really." Because he dabbled in it for a time there and then decided it wasn't for him.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, some of them, I mean, the sons and daughters of a lot of them still are behind the scenes. They, they're hooked up because of their name. Their doors open for them that aren't open for others, but God, I mean, the time I lived in LA, I mean, I would see it all the time, like just people just, sacrificing everything for that chance, just the chance to be, to hit it big or whatever. And there's just so many people that are trying. I mean, like I said, every freaking restaurant you go to, every waitress.
Let me show you, for example, I'll just reduce it, and Mindy Rickles stand up. I'm not joking. You've never heard like some of the worst material you've ever heard. Okay.
Oh no.
Okay. So this is Don Rickles' daughter, who, it's got 14K views. I didn't see if there's any, I'm not looking to see the comments, but I just want you guys to listen to what happens when you have to follow a dad who was one of the, definitely on the Mount Rushmore comedy.
Right.
My dad worked in Las Vegas a lot, so my family, we would go with him, we would travel with him, we spent a lot of time there. And nannies were expensive, so my parents hired a prostitute to watch us. And yeah, at first, I thought she was a waitress, right? Because she kept talking about tea bags and tossing salad. A moment. Just let you kind of take that in and.
I mean, are you getting close to laughing?
No, I'm cringing. She should go on the road with Stuttering John and Shuley. You know, like the Killers of Comedy Part 2.
We'll go a little further just to give you guys an indication of why some people aren't meant for the business.
That's vodka. Yeah, and then other times, my uncles came to babysit, okay? My uncles. Uncle Jimmy the Poodle, Uncle Lefty the Chin Garbanzo Bean. Oh, and then my sweet Uncle Vegan, right? And he was there one night when, he babysat and I lost one of my babies.
I'm already tuned out. Like, aren't you, like, let's go get a hot dog at this point?
Yeah. I'm like, let's make it an evening. I'm ready to go home.
It's why some of these people are better off behind the scenes. Like Don's son, who passed away before Don did, actually died of pneumonia. Supposedly, I heard it was.
Oh yeah.
I heard it was something else because he was unmarried and no children. But they say pneumonia, out of respect for Don, I'll just go with it. But he was like a producer behind the scenes, but mostly he was just managing Don. And
right.
I'm sure he had no problems being behind the scenes saying, like, I can't compete with Dad. No one can.
Sure. Right.
Mindy didn't get that memo.
Apparently not. I wonder. And God, that was like, I was expecting that to be from like the 90s or the late 90s, early 2000s. That's like 2 years ago.
Yeah. She's big hard no on that.
Logic.
That's buoy logic. I've been living with that buoy logic for years, bro.
Howard, you know why it's not lying?
Yeah.
Because if she never asked me about the truth,
See,
then
I
it's not a
told
lie.
her she never.
Right.
Howard, he's having sex with other women.
By the way, you guys are invited to the second showing. I like you. It's free.
There's probably a broad working the camera.
Yeah.
Who's holding it?
An idea that there'd be a woman filming it. It's just set up. There's no woman behind the camera, but I could imagine someone, like, if it was that scenario, a woman going, like, holding her, like, face palming the whole time, while she's directing.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah, this is a cringe fest, man.
Yeah.
Hey, Ross, you're on the air.
Hey, Howard, I just driving down the Mass Pike. I think every single car is hysterics right now. Oh, boy, you're a big pussy!
All right, here we go. Let's get back. When we last left you, Gary was explaining.
He was explaining why he wasn't nice.
Right. Okay. Come on.
Come on,
get a pair.
The best was his answer. I am a romantic guy.
Here's the reasons I'm romantic.
In this instance.
Maybe we should take a break and come back for more tape.
No. You got a little bit longer.
A little longer? All right.
This
All right.
One reason.
A lot of people find that hard to believe.
Oh, yeah, he's a romantic guy.
Okay.
Shh.
I could be if I was up for a commitment, which I am now, and I wasn't at the time. So that's
So, Toim. Were you laughing at that too?
Toim. Noine.
They're not even time 9. Okay, close, but Jesus, I don't know. Noine. So so that leads me to ask a couple questions for you for this. So he's doing certain Long Islandisms, I suppose.
Right.
Someone out there correct me if I'm wrong. But when Howard does the multi-syllabic, like adding syllables to names, like Dr. Abelow or Led Zeppelin.
Oh,
Is
Zeppelin.
Is that Howard's own unique stupidity, or do you think that's another?
No, I think
that's got to be him.
Yeah, that's just got to be his own stupidity, or just the way his syntax is, or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
And and I was thinking about the only thing I could think of an Arizona thing that the only thing I could think of. There's this town, and I still mispronounce it. Up in the mountains a little bit. It's a little bit north of here called Prescott, or Prescott, and some people will say Prescott.
That's exactly how it's spelled. Yeah.
Right, but the natives will call it Prescott.
Okay.
So if you call it Prescott, people instantly know you're not from Arizona or whatever. That's the only thing I could think of. I mean, and there's a ton of those throughout the United States, like the towns that are spelled like I forget. Somebody was telling me, I forget what state it was in. but it's Miami. It's spelled Miami, right? But the natives call it Miami.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
There's no A.
And there was another one. When I lived in Iowa, there was a place that was spelled like Madrid, right? Madrid.
Yep.
But I was like, oh, Madrid, Iowa. Because I remember that my boss and I had to go through that town or something. We're on it. And he goes, oh, it's no. Don't call it that. And I go, well, how else would you pronounce it? And he goes, it's Madrid. So it's just, yeah, and that's what, it's so stupid, but that's how it was, is Madrid, Iowa.
You'd have to be corrected. In St. John's, Newfoundland, there's a street spelled Topsail, right? What would your first Topsail?
Right, topsail.
Right, that's how they know you're from away. So
right, Topsail.
They call it Topsail Road.
Okay.
So I remember. So when I wanted to like mock it, I'll just really make it a luxury. Well, I was traveling along Topsail Road to really really show the difference between the townie and not. And I'm thinking to myself, why did it have to be that way? And it's because of how fast they normally speak.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
The cadence dictates the pronunciation.
Right. And it makes me wonder, like, who mispronounced Madrid or, these other places, or Prescott or whatever. And why did it catch on that way from that mispronunciation, or whatever?
Yeah.
Or how it caught on.
Well, yeah, it's fascinating. Well, that's why language is fascinating. I mean, there's a place called Holyrood, but if you're from there, you actually pronounce it Holyrood. You'd get rid of the H sound.
The H, okay, right.
And that's like an Irish holdover, actually, because sometimes, and then there's other places where it's very pronounced, like HDTV.
Right.
Yeah. So it depends. Len has that. I think he does say like that. But and there's people where my wife is from. They do the same thing.
That's sad.
Well, this is.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
This is really. Oh, I'm sorry. This is really funny. I was watching there's an Australian guy who does a lot of. He's pretty good. God, I can't remember the name of his YouTube channel now, but he's Australian and he does a lot of like. Pop culture stuff from like the 80s and 90s.
Okay.
He's got like a bunch of like lunch boxes and little figurines behind him when he films, and he does like film breakdowns of like 80s films.
Yeah.
And one of the ones that he did that I really enjoyed, one of my favorite 80s movies, is The Wraith. Have you seen that?
Not The Wrath? The
Wraith.
Wraith. WRAITH.
Right. Charlie Sheen is in it.
Never saw it.
Vintage Cheryl and Finn. Yeah. And anyway, it was filmed in and another reason why I like it, Randy Quaid's in it too.
Okay.
Another reason why I like it, it filmed in Tucson, and a lot of the places where they filmed, like I know where those places are,
Right.
And there's like a familiarity. So anyway, the guy, it was so funny when this Australian guy was talking about where they filmed it, and he goes, "Oh, it was filmed in Tucson."
Yeah.
And it was like the comments, people are just crucifying him, and he's like, "I'm sorry, guys, I didn't know."
Yeah.
But it's just, how would he? I mean, I don't know.
That's something unless you've watched a lot of Westerns back in the day, or you've traveled extensively and stuff, or you've heard, but how big, and by the way, and Tucson, how big is Tucson? Just out of curiosity.
Like, 500,000 people, maybe.
Okay, it's still big enough that it's big enough. It's big enough to be something where you could totally meet someone who was from Tucson. Like it's big enough that people would be spread out enough that maybe you could say, "I met a man from Tucson," and you'd know that's how it was pronounced.
Or like there have been a lot of, like, the University of Arizona down there in Tucson is there's been so many people that have come through there.
Totally.
So that don't live there. I mean, there's, a lot of people just go to school there and leave. I mean, I remember seeing a stat on it. There are more University of Arizona graduates that live in Phoenix than live in Tucson, which is interesting. But because it's kind of a, in a way, Tucson's kind of a bigger than normal college town. So a lot of people have come through that school. And so you're right. It'd be like, "Oh, you went to University of Arizona. Oh, that's not the one in Tempe, right?" No, it's in Tucson. So or whatever, so yeah, you would. And like you said, if you watch Westerns, I mean, it's going to come up. But
you just mentioned it, but I thought for years it was Temp, Arizona.
Really?
Yeah. I had no idea. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Tempe.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. There's another one.
Yeah, see? Fuck.
Yeah, you better stop now. I'm about to go into another point.
Yeah, he's coming up to point number 2.
That's it.
Yeah, John, this is a good time to break.
When the teeth get in the way.
Gary, you do have big teeth. I was just watching you trying to close your mouth and you
Yeah,
can't.
so I'm licking his
Gary,
lips.
can you
from
close
here.
your mouth? Let me see you close your mouth.
What'd you say?
I'm in trance. I'm just staring.
Can you close your mouth?
You see him? Because whenever he spaces out, he gets like this.
Hold on.
You know what he looks like?
Watch him close his
He gets
mouth.
like a beaver.
Gary, close your mouth.
Gary, close your mouth.
He looks like a boxer.
Oh, man. We were talking about this before. You can't do anything with that jaw, with those teeth. Like, what the hell would you do to make his mouth look normal?
You can't. I mean, it's his jaw and everything else. I mean, he's just a freaking Cro-Magnon man. What else can you do with him?
This is a genetic throwback. Like, this is somewhere like he really should be studied by the science.
I wonder how much of his DNA is Neanderthal or Cro-Magnon
directly. Like he's related to Lucy.
I can't remember if I told you. Stop me if I did and edit this out. But did I tell you about this guy I went to law school with that we were all convinced was like a Neanderthal? Did I tell you?
I think you might have, but not the last episode. It would have been like a few episodes ago. Well, tell me the story anyway. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, So I went to law school with this guy, Derek, and he. A big guy, played football for Northern Arizona University and at ASU. And then we went to law school together, but he had like this just enormous head and, and like a big brow ridge, his eyebrow, that ridge over his forehead. And I swear to God, it just looked like, look up Neanderthal. And it's like, oh my God, it's Derek. And so we used to tell him like, Derek, listen, whatever you do, don't walk by the anthropology building because they're gonna grab you. And they're gonna grab you, and you'll never get out of there. You're gonna be studied for forever. They're not gonna let a find like you get away from them.
But was his head like big, or was it proportional to his body? Because you said he was a big guy, or did it look abnormal?
No, it was huge. Like I can remember one time going to court. And another buddy of mine that went to law school with him, we met up and Derek came and walked by and and I remember he said, and Derek left and then my buddy goes, what would you rather have, Cary? $1 million or Derek's head full of nickels?
Same amount, isn't it?
Yeah, he's like, you'd have more money if you had Derek's head full of nickels. I mean, it was, but he is. He's actually
poor guy.
No, I know, but he was so like you could rib him all day and he would give it right back to you. Like he's actually a pretty good guy, and he would take it all in stride, and he really is he's a really good dude. But
he could have become the highway sniper, if you insulted him enough. You know what I mean? Like
right.
Like sometimes it doesn't work out that way. Most of the times you can become Joel Rifkin, the serial killer, or something. When
right. But he reminds me a little bit of Gary. Like Gary's just has that same look where it's like, oh my God, and I actually saw some documentaries and was reading. I read a book about evolution. It's called Why Evolution Is True. Mm-hmm. It's been out now for a while, but I've watched a couple of documentaries more recently about Neanderthals, and there's just what happened to them? Did the prehistoric humans kill them all off? I think we interbred with them because I think they said that if everybody's DNA has a little bit of Neanderthal in it, so it makes sense. But I bet you if you tested like Gary and
Booze would
Derek,
be like
they're going to have more than normal humans.
Undiluted.
Right. Yes. It's going to be, oh my God, they're 90% Neanderthal.
Oh man. Well, they did a DNA test on the show for Artie. That was the infamous one where they found out he was a quarter
Native American.
Yeah, indigenous. And then with with Gary, he got something like 10% or 8% Southeast Asian.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's weird. You know, those DNA tests, sometimes I just wonder. Like, I had a cousin who, it was really strange. Like, she told me she did her thing and it came up like she had Polynesian.
Yep.
And I was like, what? You know, like, you're like, look, no, I know where your mom's from. Your mom's my dad's sister. She's from Oklahoma.
Yeah.
And her father was from, where was his dad from? Illinois, I think. But anyway, but it made sense in a weird way. Because if you look at her, she kind of looks a little bit. But I'm like, where did that come from?
Yeah, there's certain aspects that you can explain away. Like if you look at the person carefully enough and they go, well, this is from this, whatever. And so with me, I there was no surprises in what I had for mine. But then when it took Mrs. Fillmore's, the one that was funny, there was like 3% Iberian, which means either Spanish or Portuguese.
Right.
And then there was about 8 or 11% Scandinavian, which makes perfect sense because the Beothics had traveled to migrated to St. John's, and that was one of the first Viking settlements in North America, actually. Mm-hmm. So that was totally possible. But I'm like, he must have been screwing some native. Like clearly they stayed and interbred with whoever was around and but yeah, that's how it goes. If you look, the weirdest, the most my tracing goes back to like Lebanon, actually. Lebanon, Iraq. I have some definitely Middle Eastern blood in me, and if you look at Dad, there's no question that that's possible.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So.
Looks like he's wearing those like football mouthpieces.
Hey, Howard, he looks like one of those guys at the Museum of Science. The Neanderthal guys in the side profile.
Well, you see that painting that we got hanging on the wall because it's an all Gary day.
That's it.
That was my attempt to paint Gary coming out of the sea.
That's evolution.
It's evolution.
His lower lip is practically.
Is it better than Howard's usual art? Hold on.
He looks like one of those guys at the Museum of Science. The Neanderthal guys in the side profile.
Well, you see that painting that we got hanging on the wall because it's an all Gary day.
That's it.
That was my attempt to paint Gary coming out of the sea.
Okay, as opposed to his new paintings.
Right. Yeah, yeah, look at that. It's a Picasso.
Oh yeah.
Wait, which one did he do? I wonder which one.
This one is supposed to be his. The blue.
Howard's, okay.
Yeah. Who did the one on the right?
That looks like a third grader did it.
Pastels. Maybe that's Stuttering John. I don't know.
That's evolution.
That's evolution.
That's his lower lip is practically touching his chin.
Oh my God! They just
mouth. It looks like a stack.
Pile it on.
You know what? I'm like a woman who was raped. I'm in shock right now.
All right, let's get back to the tape. Everyone in this room has paid good money to see this tape. By the way, there'll be a second screening in the 8 o'clock hour.
Except for John, I might add. John didn't pay any money.
Yeah, but whatever.
All right, when we last left you, Gary is in the middle of, this is a tape now that goes back several years. His girlfriend Nancy dumped him. He decided to make a videotape to apologize to her.
Well, this is some apology so far.
Yeah.
Here's what I want from you.
Yeah. My demands.
Now, it goes without saying
like a terrorist.
that I want to be your boyfriend.
Not for nothing.
I want you to be my girlfriend.
Right.
Okay.
Now, I think you know that. So that goes without saying.
Without saying.
So why are you saying it? All right.
I want to go back out with you.
Yeah. It is like Saturday Night Fever.
Saturday Night Fever.
All right.
I am romantic.
Saturday Night Beaver. That made me laugh for two reasons. Number one, Bowie in his teeth. It's a no-brainer. It's a perfect pun. But also in Boogie Nights, there's that scene when they're playing like the Brock Landers, secret agent, video movie within the movie, and he goes, "Let's go get some of that Saturday Night Beaver." Oh man, Christ almighty. It's something you'd expect from some cheesy 70s film. One sec. Oh, that's really
I am romantic.
If you recite a poem, I'll crap. All right, everybody get ready. Here we go.
But we're very close to baby talk.
All right. Yeah, Gary, at some point.
It's not bad. I just don't do it a funny voice.
All right.
I don't know why.
I'll pay extra for that.
All right, here we go.
Seatbelts on.
Everybody's got their seatbelt on. Thank you, Scott. All right, here we go.
The other part of this intentions thing is I've been saying I've been marriage minded for a really long time. I mean, you know how I feel about that. And I'm not asking you to marry me, certainly not by videotape, and certainly not tomorrow in person. But I would like to think...
How about not 7 years later either?
If we got back together and we became a couple again, and it was working...
He's dangling the carrot now.
Yeah.
The prize.
Look what you passed up.
Right. You regretted all of your life. Oh my God!
You got a chance to make amends.
I think that's what she wanted.
Yeah.
So
I'm telling you that while I cannot get married right now, I'm dangling my big teeth in front of you.
You know, it's not an impossibility.
I think what I'm saying is I'm very close. Man, you are
I'm
dangling.
very close to thinking about possibly marrying you.
Yeah.
And what he's saying is like, if you're very good and I don't mind you, I might marry you.
Yeah, if you give me anal and oral,
I consider.
and you treat me like a king, you could
my
end
dental
up...
bill.
and help pay my dental bill.
Carry my testicles in a spoon. Hey, Howard, I got to tell you, they didn't have the monitor on before for me and Fred. We couldn't see it that well.
Oh, really?
It looks like he's wearing those fake two teeth that you wear like for Halloween.
Yeah, I know.
He looks like a beaver.
I know.
And they're not the same size. They're too far.
And he's got that big black mustache. All he sees those big beaver
I think you
teeth.
should go back to that look, though. At least it covers that face.
We had this discussion before. Bowie, mustache or no mustache? I think in 2025, that mustache doesn't work anywhere.
No, not at all. Not at all. Yeah.
So is he the ugliest person on the show?
What?
Is he the ugliest person on the show?
I don't know, man. You mean the current show, or
I mean in history?
In history, I don't know. Like Stuttering John's not a good-looking guy. Neither is Fred, really.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. Yeah, but
Stern or Gary? Like you got to give the gold medal to one for the ugliest.
Oh, Stern. Yeah, I would say Stern is. But I mean, Gary's not a good-looking guy either. But they've got they've got faces for radio all over that place.
Stern's ahead by a tendril.
Right, by a tooth.
Yeah.
His eyebrows seem to be growing in with his hair.
Right.
Where one starts
I know. He has a very, you know what it is? He's got big eyebrows and very little forehead.
That's right.
It's everything but face.
Right. So much hair.
Hair and teeth.
All right, here we go. It was worth the 10 grand, right? All right, here we go.
Nobody knew I had caps.
No one could tell.
His dentist went out and bought a Lexus after this.
What makes you say I have caps? No one ever says it.
I forgot my.
All right, come on. We got to get to the tape. This is crazy.
I want to apologize to my wife Nancy so I can get in the house today.
Don't even go there. Don't even go there.
All right, here we go.
Boy, oh boy.
Nice try.
Still got no testicles.
Somewhere off in the distant future would be, the possibility of.
Oh my God.
My dental bill's high.
Man, you know what? I do have a memory. I remember hearing this show when it was live, and
in the car.
Yeah, in the car, and I remember laughing my ass off. And it was one of those, like we used to talk about. You'd pull over,
skip work,
be late for work, or in my case, I was late for court. But Slacky, where were you? Oh, sorry, Your Honor, I was in Judge so and so's court. No, you weren't. That's
Put it back!
Let's move forward.
Monkey.
The future would be, the possibility of
monkey. His teeth were in the way.
Monkey.
Trying to make lighthearted of a serious subject. Yeah, I don't want to.
I love that marble mouth buoy. I was trying to make lighthearted of a serious. He gets so flustered, and I mean, like, you're on tape. I mean, this is you go to weddings, and I don't know if they still do this, but where they come by with a video camera and they say hello, like basically show everybody, and you're supposed to say these words. As naturalistic as I can be, I still find it a very crowbarred situation and forced and really unnatural.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
As opposed to just setting up a camera somewhere in the room and having it film all night and tell people, just go up and say an introduction to, say whatever you want into the camera, and you can redo it again, and we'll edit it later. We'll have someone edit it later. That's the best way to do it.
Well, right, because you could be thinking about it, and then when you go up there, you're like, oh, hey, just wanted to thank the happy couple, and we're so happy for you, blah blah blah. Rather than, like I said, somebody just jamming a camera in your
spot.
face. So, what do you want to say?
Listen, I'm not Rodney Dangerfield. I don't have anything with me right now. Congratulations to the happy couple. Which wedding am I at? That kind of shit. These fucking hors d'oeuvres suck.
I don't want to be running around anymore. I mean, I'm kind of repeating things I've told you in different conversations over the last couple of months, but I don't want to be running around anymore. I do want to get married. And yeah, I could see myself marrying you, especially if you were interested in marrying me back. But that's getting ahead of myself. But
You're making me feel like I got a vagina!
Wait a minute. Where is his penis? Is it tucked in?
I don't know.
Go up somewhere?
It puts the lotion on
I
the
don't
skin.
want to run around anymore.
I'm done cheating on you. 7 days are over.
What is it, Raheem?
People trip over it.
Yes, Raheem.
Yes, Howard. I'm a divorce attorney in Manhattan. I've been getting a lot of calls from Mary Delabate. I was wondering.
All right, thank you, Raheem. Here we go.
at least I have something like that in mind. That I'm not just bullshit.
Moined.
I miss you. I miss you. I miss you. Nothing's been the same since you left. And I won't even try to hide that. None of the relationships have worked because of you. And
so it's her fault his relationships haven't been fulfilling.
Right.
I miss you. I miss you. I miss you. Nothing's been the same since you left. And I won't even try to hide that. Relationships have worked because of you. And
it's her fault.
Yeah, you bitch.
Yeah, it's your fault my relationships haven't worked.
Why did you force me to dump you? So you know what that really is? Like that we said about arrogance, that's his narcissism. Like that's he's got that too. He might be self-effacing and he might have to take a lot of shit, but that doesn't mean he thinks that still doesn't mean he still doesn't think he's hot shit.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he definitely does. He definitely thinks he is. Yeah. He definitely thinks he's a proise.
That's got to be one too.
It's your fault.
Poor Gary's huddled up he's like in a fetal position.
Howard, how much of this have I actually watched?
None.
I can't even look at it.
After I bang him, I don't feel I'd stand.
Maybe I'll
And it's all your fault.
Maybe I don't.
What are you thinking, man?
Maybe I'll marry you, and maybe I won't.
None of the relationships
So far-
have worked, and it is because of you.
Right.
I miss
my
you,
life.
I miss you, I miss you, I miss you.
What else can I say? All right, let's get.
I'm
let's
sorry
get-
I was cheating. Sorry, joke. I smacked myself on the head, so you
There we go.
joke.
I'm trying to make lighthearted of
I
this.
miss you, man. I mean, I don't know how else to say
I
it.
miss you, man.
I lost my lover, and I lost my best friend.
Yeah, this is it. This is the famous part. This is all the stuff that we remember.
You know what? Now we can empathize with sumo. Sumo wrestlers are supposed to put their balls into their body cavities so when they get hit in the nuts, nothing happens. My entire fucking nutsack is retreated into my body from watching this.
Another announcement.
Yeah.
I believe I'm canceling the second show.
I lost my lover, I lost my friend, and I lost my toothbrush.
That was a Jackie line.
Oh my God, that's like.
Continues.
Look at the look.
I can't help you with this, man.
No. That's
Angelo, you're on the air.
Oh, Angelo.
Hey, Howard. Hey, Gary.
Yeah.
Just one word to describe this man. Hey,
Holy cow. I lost my lover. I lost my friend.
I lost my mind. Making this video.
Let's get back to the tape. All right. I lost my lover.
And my best
Go back.
friend.
We hear that again.
Yeah, you'll see that part. Let's hear that. Yeah. Okay, sorry.
That needs a redo.
You're right.
Yeah, this is good.
And I miss you, man. I mean, I don't know how else to say.
Man.
I lost my lover, and I lost my best friend.
You like the head shake?
Yeah.
Lost my love.
All right. Let's keep going.
Ray Charles.
All right.
And you lost your lover, and you lost your best friend.
Yeah, she ain't calling him back.
Here's what you lost.
What a coincidence.
Even, but you gained.
Hey, we're just alike. You lost your lover and friend. I lost my lover and friend.
You got to rewind it. It's a
hush.
tiny bit because
All right.
this is the part where I give the big formula. Howard.
Okay. Uh-oh.
And you lost your lover, and you lost your best friend. Okay, so that part's pretty even. But you gained a lover, and you gained a best friend. I gained a couple of lovers, or I gained one lover, but I gained no friends. I have no.
I love that. He goes, I gained a couple lovers. Well, I lost one.
Yeah, this is the origin of buoy math.
Yeah, I think what you said originally, that like in part one, I believe it was part one, you said he wanted to play the field, but suddenly the field was barren. And I can tell you, I don't know about other guys, but I know that I got way more offers when I was with someone than when I was ever single. Like, like exponentially. And I think it has to do with that whole competition thing. And a lot of women thinking, well, if he's with someone, he must be worth half a shit. And then I got it. And also, I'm better looking than that one, or so I should be with him, because if she can have him, then I can definitely get him. That kind of thing. It's a territorial type of competition, internal competition with the person who's thinking I have more value than who he's with. And I hated that. I always thought, like, where were you when I was fucking single?
Oh yeah. No, that's definitely true. I mean, I can remember post-divorce, and I was dating someone for far too long. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things where it's like, God, this is going nowhere. Why am I still doing this? And then I would break up with her, and then nothing would happen. You know what I mean? Like, it'd be like, ugh. And then I'd wind up back with her, and I'm just like, ugh. It just repeated itself a lot of times. And I was like, what am I doing here?
But I was saying the opposite is not true. Guys do not find women more attractive because they're with someone.
No, I don't think so. No, guys don't. No, they don't do that kind of stuff.
No,
but you're right. But there were, during those times when I was with her, I would get way more attention. And then the second we would break up, like, nothing would happen.
Yeah, totally.
There's nobody there to come home to call, and to tell all the great stuff. And like right now, I feel my professional life is like at a 9, and my personal life is at like a 2. And it's been so hard.
My 10.
My teeth are at 10.
My Noine post.
Wait a second, his professional life's at a 9?
What
Noine.
I think that's when I said, Gary, you don't have to get me the coffee. Let John get it.
I'm on a roll.
Watch this last night, and every time I think that the worst has gone by,
it's awful. It is just awful. Yes, Joanna.
Oh, Howard, I'm going to puke. Your show has never disgusted me so much. Goodbye. F Jackie.
Right.
This is a disaster, Gary.
It sounds like his
The
cons are her
Hindenburg.
pros.
What?
His cons are her pros.
Yeah.
I don't have to come home to you. I don't have to see those teeth.
Howard,
I want to tell you all my things.
You gained.
why does she think that she lost anything? She's happy.
I know.
I'm saying,
You have somebody in your life. I got nobody.
Well, that's exactly it. He's saying, I don't have anybody to come home and tell all the great things that happened to me. Why should that? Like, honestly, who the fuck needs to? Why that needs to be shared with someone to be good? Like, it's not good if you're by yourself. You have to have someone. So he's always been a codependent person, I guess.
Yep, exactly.
Funny thing is that Gary says, you lost a lover and a friend, and I lost a lover and a friend.
So we even.
But then we're pretty even.
Right.
But
she lost
you
your phone number.
gained a lover and a friend. I've only gained one lover.
Right.
Why would he be telling that anyway?
He gave multiple lovers.
Let's review. You're happy. I'm not. Things have to change.
Brilliant.
Teeth equals MC squared. The formula for life.
That was a Jackie joke.
Yeah, totally.
You're having a great time. I'm not.
The theory of toothability.
The theory of exclusivity. That's brilliant.
Toothativity. The theory of toothativity.
I swear to God, if that check bounces, I will hunt
I
you down.
swear to God.
And carjack your whole family.
Hey, Howard, he wants.
I can't wait for the second showing.
The next thing
So many things we missed.
The next thing he's going to say how he wants to grow old, but somebody to clean his teeth.
You guys, what are you, professional comedians?
Got any rope? Got a floss?
Oh, my goodness.
With my authorized acts up, I'm going to need someone to scrape the green shit off my teeth.
Easy. Easy, you can't say that word.
But he is like the Jethro Bodine of love.
Let's do some math.
We're going to go swimming in Seaman Pond.
I'm more the Tony Manero, I think.
I'm going to do my love gazintas.
All right, let's get to the tape.
That they were kind of even. Like I wasn't professionally. I didn't really have everything I wanted personally. Now I really feel great about the way work is going. But and of course my curse on that is to have no one to share it with.
That's my curse. Other people have, like
no, Gary, you were cursed way before this.
I think so. Yeah, cursed with DNA, faulty piss DNA.
So in a lot of ways, it sucks. Let's see. Well, I can tell you what going back out with me would solve a lot of problems. Because
I wouldn't need to spend any money on hookers.
Solve a lot of problems. I wouldn't have to change my teeth.
That's funny. I wouldn't be making no more videos.
Yeah, I could save on videotape.
It's a complete waste of time.
Maria, go ahead.
Oh, my God.
Right.
He is such a loser. Seriously, I think I'm going to, crash my car in the parkway. My stomach is dropping.
What if
if he ever gave that to me,
yeah,
I would, jump him again.
Don't you think that's what most women would say?
Yeah. I think so. I think so. I think this is I remember
he claimed in part one. Sorry to cut you off. He claimed that later on they did get back together, but I have a feeling this tape wasn't part of the journey.
No, and I don't know who knows if that's true, but it's I mean, I read somewhere, I can remember reading like a Men's Health article. It was about divorce years and years ago. Yeah. And it said that one of the things that stuck with me, it said like by the time like a woman, wants to divorce you or whatever. Yeah. And I think it was the same way with relationship. If they want to break up with you, they've already made up their mind and there is nothing you can do or say to, make them, like, oh my, wow, I didn't think of that. Oh, thank you for this video. You said so many things that spoke to me, and now you're right. I'm going to break up with my boyfriend now and go back with you. Like that never happens. Like,
no,
they made up their mind. So it's you're out.
Yes.
She did.
She's a smart girl.
Right. Thank you.
She's like vomiting on my lap.
I understand. Thank you, Maria.
What happened to all the women you said were going to be turned on by how sensitive I
didn't realize how stupid you were on this day.
What did your wife say about this?
She didn't.
Well, I only let her see 3 words.
See, like, if I was sending it, first of all, I would never send the tape to a chick. Just no, I just don't want that.
Did he
At
look at this
27.
after he made it?
I don't think so. Did you watch it after you made it?
I don't think so. I think I saw
Because you
first
never
take.
could have sent it.
First take, send it up.
Heartfelt, just go with it.
You're like the Ed Wood of love tapes. One take, I go.
No editing. That's perfect.
No editing.
Perfect.
Yeah, because like I don't know. It's like it's not very persuasive, and it's also
It's not very. There's no thread. There's no thought.
I would just get on.
Together.
I guess I would just say, you know what? I'm sending you this tape because you're not talking to me, in person. You refuse to, and I love you. I just love you.
You're right. I never
love
say
you.
that.
I love you, and that's it.
No, you're
I know.
only whining about your miserable life.
I know.
Well, that's exactly it. It's all about Gary, and you got and this is the thing. If I were him, if I did have this, I guess, well, if I was him, I would think it was perfect, and I would send it off, I suppose, because he's that much up his own asshole. But I would get a friend to watch it without the. With the clarity of not being involved whatsoever, and say, what do you think of this? And the person would listen to it with clear, totally focused ears, and say, don't send this. This is awful.
Yeah, you can't send this out.
No, this is worse than a beheading ISIS tape. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, so don't or redo it. Like, if you're going to send a video, then make it better than this. But this is the cringe, beyond cringe.
Right.
Oh, I know. I'm not saying
definition.
I said it's all about me.
I know.
Make her feel guilty.
And I promise, if you come back, you don't have to brush my teeth.
What is it? Will?
Gary, man, you're such a pussy, man. You're whining like you're on your period.
Well, it was a long time ago. I mean, I'm a bigger man.
He's a big man.
Oh,
Okay.
if Mary left him, he'd make the same video.
I've grown into
I'd probably just shove Mary's name in.
All right, here we go. Everybody's waiting for more tape, and let's give it to them.
The party with you, and then Enya wouldn't have had to not see me, and you could have come to Paulie's christening with me this last Sunday, because they were all asking about you, and I'm making light of it, but again, it was like really kind of a tough situation, because Christina wanted to invite you, and she felt silly about inviting you, and it's like your friends are my friends, and my friends are your friends, and now like, I have to sometimes feel uncomfortable around my friends when it comes to you, and
in other words, look how you inconvenience me by me dumping you.
Right. Yeah, I still feel uncomfortable, and they're my friends are your friends, and your friends are my friends.
Like, so begging someone back because you fucked up. I mean, you got to finish all the shit on your plate, dude. You can't just you cooked this fucking dinner. Now you eat it.
Yeah. You got to just move on. Whatever. Yeah. Just bite the bullet.
And I mean, I have been in situations where it's a group. That's why whenever I hung out with a group of friends, I always made sure I dated outside the group in case there was some weirdness or whatever. Now the problem always was that the groups were such that they were tight knit, so like significant others couldn't really get in. You know what I mean? They could, they would be tolerated, but because no one ever said, well, this person's permanent. They don't know if you're sticking around. So why are we going to really trust this person to be? And then, but if you date within the group and something happens, yeah, it's awkward as fuck.
Oh yeah.
So
it just feels weird.
Look at that sick face he puts on. He loves sick. Sincerity.
I just still can't get past the fact that this is 7 months later.
Yeah.
And then he's checking his. He must have it all written down for him.
Right, he has little cards. Look at his notes.
How sincere can he be?
It's like Johnny Carson.
He's reading.
Let me check my cards. It's a very funny comedian. What's your name? What is?
All right, let's go.
I don't know if you're happy right now where you are.
I bet she was laughing after she saw this. She was happy. Oh my God.
I don't know if you're happy. That oh my God, he's such a narcissist.
What a fucking dick. Like, this is what my dumping you has destroyed your life.
Right.
That's how important this event was, and that's how important it is for you to get back with me.
Oh, and she's totally moved on.
Right.
Yeah, and because I don't believe him. She maybe went out on a date with him.
Yeah.
Maybe, I mean, it's all timing, but
hard to believe.
Yeah.
I just lost a loser.
She's hiding in the closet.
I don't know if you're happy right now where you are. I mean, I hear stuff through the grapevine. I don't, everybody seems, I got to tell you, this is what people tell me. They think that you're happy. They think that you're content. But they don't know if you're really, really happy.
There's something missing in your life. It's me.
Yeah. I'm planting the seed of doubt.
I'll make you really happy.
You're not happy.
There we go.
Oh.
Telling her what she feels.
And I think I can make you that happy. I think I could have made you that happy back then. I thought you and I were really happy together when they were happy.
What was she doing to you in bed, though? I mean, to merit this tape, I mean,
wow.
You got to tell me.
She's a nice girl.
She must be good. I want to go out with her.
He's not looking at this.
I can't watch it.
Of course he can't
You should
watch
do like
it.
Clockwork Orange. And
Yeah, we should force him to watch it.
Howard, I can't tell you how
pry those
painful
eyes open.
It's painful to watch, but not from an emotional level. It really is just stupid.
It's embarrassing.
humiliating.
It's humiliating.
Cary, you used to post pictures like this all the time, like belt, like men's fashion, like from the '70s, like from magazine articles. It's still right. I think one of your fraternity brothers said something like, "We could still rock that," or something like that.
Yeah, right.
But imagine putting on your clothes from the '80s. Right. With no irony whatsoever, and saying like, I can rock this again. Yeah, and you fit into them. Like let's assume you fit the same way, whatever. And you can't do it. Like you can't. And I think for a lot of people as well, when something happens like this, like if you broke up with her, you dump someone and you get back. I mean, it happens. You can get back together. You decide that this was a mistake. But if someone sends you a tape like this, don't you like change your address, change your name, move to another state?
Right. Yeah, exactly. There's no coming back to this. This was, I can't believe he kept it. I really can't.
To this day, I still don't understand why.
All the time.
It's because he's a narcissist.
I think so too. I think on some level he thinks this is good. Like he's saying he's embarrassed, but I think deep down inside he's going, yeah, it was worth it at the time. It's a slice of life. I want to remember back in those days. It reminds me of when I was with her.
Yeah, when I was vulnerable.
It's like a piece of vinyl. He can't get rid of it.
Yes, it's a piece of vinyl.
I want to do all the things we said we were never going to do, like go to the Metropolitan Museum.
Wait a minute, did he say I want to do all the things we never want to do?
Yeah, well, he's the king of doing that.
Befuddled.
Yeah, he's befuddled.
Do you think the man just went the Hallmark?
Right.
You could have got a card. Jesus Christ, you have to do this. Why you do this?
Yeah, the card's already written.
Yeah.
And they're more coherent.
Oh yes.
Really?
Unbelievable. Mike.
Howard,
yeah.
You got to play this every day for the rest of the day. It's a phenomenal tape.
It is. It's unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Amazing.
Are you really, really happy?
I'm the dream weaver. Wait till one of those psychiatrists calls in and explains why he's saying what he's saying.
Oh, yeah. Diana, you're on the air.
Hi, I just want to say, Gary, I really like your tape.
Thank you.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think that you being flustered is half its charm.
See, I told you to be one broad who thought this was sweet.
Always.
I told you. Here we go.
Grab her and clone her.
Go to museums and go to the Met.
She must weigh 900 pounds.
I'd say she's fat and ugly.
Right, exactly. She's waiting for a tape like this. There we go.
Now, wait a minute. Gary's still never been to these places he's talking about.
Yes, I have.
Metropolitan Museum with you would be beautiful to see it through your happy eyes.
Right.
The history of modern Keith.
You can have a lot of fun if we get back together. We can go to museums. Gee, there's a good. What about the trip to Hawaii?
Yeah. That's the honeymoon.
The harmonica, do all those things.
Play the harmonica.
Those that I promised we'd do and never did because I was afraid of the big C word, the commitment word.
Oh, man. The big C. We know what the C word is now. Fuck.
Right.
You committed? You go to the museum?
Going to the museum is a very big commitment.
She always wanted to go to museums and stuff. And
we're seeing a Van Gogh together. I don't know about that. I don't know how I feel.
I know we made plans.
Get pregnant.
It's that big C word.
You go to the museum, next thing you know, you wind up at the movies.
Monet equals married.
I did love that. He goes, I'll take you to the Metropolitan Museum of, the museum. There's so many in New York. I don't. Maybe he's just getting confused with which ones and got the names wrong. But oh well.
Close to the end.
Yeah, he's like Robin said. He's befuddled.
Befuddled. Yeah. And that never changed. Like 2025, he still fucks up like this.
Oh yeah, because he's one of the luckiest people in the world.
Absolutely,
he truly is. Because let's talk about that for a second. Like, where do you think he would be if he were not with Howard? Like if Howard never happened or he never, interacted with Howard, what would he be doing?
He'd be putting Poco before the Pogues at Record World. He'd be like rearranging stalls. He'd be opening up, that Marvin Gaye, like Hear My Dear album and blowing off the dust and putting it back in the sleeve. Yeah, what would he do? Like he around the Bowie. I didn't know this. Someone, I think Joe on our Patreon, one of our patrons said he actually went during the They Call Me Baba Booey book tour. He actually went to and went on in Sirius to the Jim and Sam show. Jim Norton. And I'm like, I thought those guys were the enemy. But in order to flog his book, and he couldn't really do it on the air except for Howard bitching and moaning about it and complaining about how he didn't want to talk about it and criticizing it the whole time and demeaning it, he was able to go on Norton. I would have thought that impossible. But he shopped around that time. I'm certain he was looking for other gigs. I think that was his book. He was looking for a springboard to, look, Rob Burnett or, excuse me, Mark Burnett or whoever the fuck, I'm available if you want. Just don't tell anybody.
Like, oh, I won't.
Well, who?
Right.
Yeah, who is this again? So, like, forget the incompetence. That's already part of it. Most people who have shows and stuff, they already have people in place. Like, what other production are you going to have Gary take charge of going in the future?
Yeah. I mean, I think he's been, to give him a little bit of credit, I think he's been fairly smart with his money. So
I hope so.
He might be able to ride everything, ride out the rest of his life without having to work. Maybe,
I don't buy it. I think he really does have to, because of the lifestyle level. Like, I mean, if he downsized tremendously, I think he'd be fine. Right. But right now,
he would, in my view, have to downsize and relocate. Like, I think what Ronnie did was super smart. Like moving to Vegas. Yeah, that was a smart move.
Is Vegas drastically less expensive to live in?
Yes.
Than New York, I presume. Yeah, but anywhere else in the country, is Vegas considered a cheap place to live?
Yeah, it is. It's comparable to Phoenix. It might be. They're about the same, honestly.
Yeah.
I had an old client who was a real estate agent in Las Vegas, and I'm on her, to this day, I'm on her mailing list, and I see her listings and stuff, and every now and then I'll look around just to see the prices and stuff, and it's for now affordable. It's way more affordable than the New York, the tri-state area, and Ronnie probably made a pretty decent amount of money, amount of scratch in the equity on his house, and he's probably able to buy something in Vegas for cash easily.
Well, yeah, and excuse me, I think unlike Bowie, he actually owned his house outright. Right. I don't think he had any mortgage left on it because the amount of time he was in New York the whole time, and and he was, probably making good money being Howard security, because that's and then the limo service, if he had to actually, use that when Howard's not working, he's still making money off that. Who knows? Maybe he was renting cars too. But what would you say would be the vibe, like if you're living in Vegas, what would be the vibe of living in Vegas? I know Jimmy Kimmel grew up in Vegas, and Shuley said he did too. But what would that be for someone who's not there for a getaway?
Well, I mean, I think somebody like Ronnie, it's a good fit for him because he's kind of entertainment adjacent, and so is Vegas. I mean, Vegas has. Vegas is Vegas. They've got shows, and it's not LA or New York, but it's got entertainment. And
but if you're raising a family as a family destination, like the place to live, what it would be like.
Oh, well, yeah, I've got, matter of fact, a couple of guys I went to law school with moved up there after law school, and they've been up there and raised families. And, you can get, and people from Vegas talk about it all the time, how they never go to the Strip. Except when, like say relatives or somebody comes from out of town, out of town, and then they'll take them there to sightsee or whatever. Yeah. But but there are, there's like Henderson, Nevada. There's all these other little places outside of Vegas that are very, in a way, similar to like Phoenix or Palm Springs or other desert cities, if you will. So it's what you make of it. It definitely has its identity outside of the Strip.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Are we close to the end?
I think so.
All right, here we go.
No, we're so close to starting it over.
There you go.
Here we go.
So here's my final statement. I would play.
Final.
Hold on a second.
That's not the only thing you were playing with.
Here comes the cute
It's an inside joke.
This is what it's like.
What is it? Explain. You're playing with a slinky?
Because when I would talk on the phone all the time, I'd be playing with my slinky.
And it bothered her?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's how she.
She actually thought it was funny. So
now you're going to do something? Oh.
No, she actually thought it was funny.
All right.
Yo, Howard, I don't think I'll be able to play with my slinky for years after watching it.
I talk on the phone, just so you know.
It is annoying.
It is annoying.
It is, yeah.
Are you brushing your teeth?
With a grinder. Get down to the core of everything right here. I know that sending you this tape is very unfair. I realize.
Unfair.
Unfair.
Unfair to who?
Yeah.
It's unfair.
Unfair, like what? Dirty play. It's dirty pool.
Right.
Yeah.
Queer.
You have a penis, man. I just want to know.
Quite frankly, I don't give a shit because all is fair in love and war. Yeah, but I do. I know it's unfair.
Was that written down, or you just ad-libbed it?
That was a whole ad-lib.
All's fair in love and war.
Yeah.
That was for his groundlings, his Second City, background really helped him with that improv. Fuck Christ, what an ad lib!
That was my streak of boldness. I know it's not fair, but I don't care.
Right, because all is fair.
I don't give a crap.
It's all about me.
I don't care about what's fair in love.
Look at those eyes, Howard.
Right.
What eyes?
What eyes? It's hair.
Big Joe.
It's like a wolf.
Beaver. Big Joe.
Just leave it there for a while.
What is it, Dave?
Oh, Bowie. So pitiful. Hey, Howard, he ought to kiss your toes because that shows his mentality. Without you, he'd be picking garbage somewhere.
That's right. He'd be begging chicks on. He'd run out of.
Where would he be without
Video
you?
for you if you fired
He'd
it.
have to buy a television studio. Chris, you're on the air.
How you doing? I got two things to say, Gary. First thing, have you ever felt embarrassed listening to somebody say something just ridiculous?
Yes.
I'm embarrassed listening to Gary even doing this. Myself,
really?
I feel embarrassed. Like people are looking at me.
Oh, I got that for a minute.
Second thing, Gary.
Yes.
Here we go.
I'm playing a little dirty, and quite frankly, I'm trying to get any edge I can to get you to listen to me.
Why is it dirty? He's playing dirty. What is he talking about?
Oh, he's a rough guy.
But she won't be able to resist
I've made
that.
a videotape.
All right, you know what? I'm going to make a
She won't be able to resist.
Well, I don't understand the logic either. Why is this dirty play?
It's Bowie logic.
Yeah. Well, Bowie math was bad enough. Now we got Bowie logic we got to deal with.
You see this tape, you're not going to be able to keep your eyes off of me.
That's right.
It's a magnet.
You're going to have to put it in the VCR.
You're going to get so horny when you see me on this tape. Why are you playing unfairly?
I don't even remember what that.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Cheat to win.
In his mind, they're going to sit 10 years from now and watch this movie, when he's doing this.
Yeah, right.
Show his kids. Show his kids. This is what me and your mom.
You're like Pretty Woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be surprised if you even got this far. You're probably on your way to my house.
Jackie, God love him.
Who could resist?
Now I'm taking my gloves off because I'm gonna fight dirty.
This is it.
Down and do.
You got a tape of a stud. Rob, you're on the air.
Gary, I gotta ask you, man, what's this girl's number? If she can turn you into such a sap, I've got to meet this woman.
Yeah, she is something.
Don't cry.
If you want me to leave you alone, I'll leave you alone.
Leave me alone.
I'll stop the phone calls. I'll stop sending the pictures in the mail. The video, this videotape. I'll put it all to an end. But I'm not going to let you off the hook that easy. If you want me gone,
He's stalking her.
This is borderline stalking.
That's exactly what it sounds like.
I know. I'm not going to let you off the hook that easy. And he's the one that broke up with her.
And now, so he's starting off with the sensitivity thing, and now he's going into this threatening tone.
Right.
Like, your life is about to become a living hell. I'm going to unleash Satan.
My God.
This is borderline stalking.
I mean, we have evidence to send him to jail.
If you want the letter bombs and the murder threats to stop, you're gonna have to really listen to me now.
You have to kill me.
No, she never told me to stop calling her.
Really?
You better get a food taster.
Let me just say something. If you're not going to love me, you're not going to love anybody.
I have access to arsenic.
I can make you very, very happy.
I am going to
your head off.
And if
I'm going to slice your breasts off.
I can make you happy, or I can make you very miserable.
Think twice before you start your car. I will hide you.
You could disappear tomorrow.
Think twice before you start your car.
I can picture a lawyer playing this in court and getting you convicted.
Really?
You know?
take about 10 minutes of your time. If you want me gone, you have to see me face to face. And you have to tell me to my face. You have to look me right in the eye.
You can't resist me.
I said, Gary, it's over. I don't care about you anymore. And
7 months have gone by. She
this is what I'm telling you.
She doesn't care.
I keep forgetting that. This is
right.
This is well past it.
Yeah,
more than half a year.
She came back.
And she told you she didn't want to see anymore, right?
No, she can't. We dated.
She came back to break up with
I
him.
don't want to see it anymore.
We dated again for like 4 months. She came back.
Please.
She did come back.
And why? Lewis, you're on the air.
I never.
Howard.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have Gary pull down his pants right now and see if he got balls or a vagina.
No, she's got
I'm telling you, there's nothing there.
All right, here we go.
Newt.
Look at this. Look at the pose.
If you don't,
You gotta see me.
If you can resist my
if you
charm,
can look at me in the face and resist my beautiful teeth and lips,
Stare into my teeth. Stare into my teeth.
I defy you to look at me and tell me that you don't love it.
Features.
If you can look at my Cro-Magnon-like head and tell me you don't love me,
The Jedi tooth trick.
He's convinced that
You will love me.
he's convinced that
Jedi tooth trick.
You will love me.
You will love me.
pinch yourself. You are very lucky.
I defy you.
come on, Howard. There's like 45 seconds.
All right, here we go.
My teeth are
How
so
after 7
big
months he's still convinced that she loves him?
I don't know. This is retarded.
You know, that's why.
He's
7
retarded.
months. He's dating someone
Get
else.
on with it.
I know you're playing hard to get now.
This is the bait on the end of the hook. This video. Your dreamboat is docked on the east side. I got tickets for 2 at Delmonico's.
Oh my God!
Oh man!
My teeth are so big they have their own gravity and they will pull you to me.
That's right. My teeth are magnetic.
Come on, just go.
All right, here we go.
Nerves are so big.
do that, and I think you owe that to me. Quite frankly, you don't owe me anything, but I think for the time that we spent together, I think you owe that to me. And if you could do that, you'd really make me believe.
Okay, you owe that to me. You don't owe me anything, but you owe me that. What is it? Which is it?
Like it's buoy logic. I'm telling you.
Oh,
buoy
man.
logic.
I don't know that you can do that.
He's about to start crying.
I dare you.
I hope I'm trying to figure out if I made some sense. I was thinking.
No, you didn't.
I'll try. As I sit here, I'm trying to figure if this makes sense.
Have I made any sense?
She's
Let's see.
slitting her
Let's
wrist.
see. Do I make a video that makes sense?
Did we-
Or do I make a video that doesn't?
We couldn't have missed. We couldn't have missed my personal life's at 2. Wait, my
We didn't
personal.
miss that. No, you heard
Okay,
that.
that's coming up. Okay, that.
No, you heard that. You did hear that.
Wait, we already heard the
Bowie math. Yeah, we did that.
No, we did the buoy math was
My
I
personal
gained a
life is a
lover.
2. Oh, I gave. That we did that. Yeah, that's the same. That's the same stretch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Put me out of my misery quickly.
All right,
So
here we
close to
go.
being over.
Oh, wait a minute. There's one more
Last couple
coming
days,
after
I'm in a
us.
very confused state. I miss you. I not only miss the things that we did, I miss the shit that we never got to do that we should have been doing.
I miss what we didn't do.
And I want to be.
I'm missing what we didn't do.
I miss what we didn't do because I didn't want to make a commitment.
I miss things that we almost did.
I missed the museum
that we never saw.
There's bigger teeth than mine in there.
I never saw.
Oh my God, Jennifer, you're on the
Because
air.
of the big C, my choppers.
You know I'm afraid of the C word. Yeah, you're on the air.
Hi.
Hi. Yeah.
Hi. I just wanted to say I can't believe that he was talking about how romantic he was about to be if she responded to this tape, and he said that she cried. I can't imagine that she cried for any other reason than she spent any length of time with him.
She cried laughing.
She cried laughing.
Let me tell you,
That's what tears of joy. Robin's got two tissues.
God, only a little bit left, so let's play it through, guys.
You'd cry if you saw those teeth.
I'm crying.
It's so funny.
Well, thank you so much for airing it, and Gary, you have a lot of guts.
Thank you, Jennifer.
And no balls.
And teeth.
A lot of gum. And teeth. And lips. And gum.
Guts are in his lips.
His guts are in his lips. All right.
Some people have big bowls. I got big teeth.
I just want to be part of it again, man. I want you to be part of my life again. And I just, I don't know what else to say.
Because I forgot my place.
Think about it, please. I'm not begging now.
He's not begging. No.
Here comes baby talk.
Shit, man. I want you to be part of my life again. And I just, I don't know what else to say.
You should see everybody watching this tape. It's like Star Wars. I was sleeping. This is you guys are like totally involved.
This is like the O.J. Simpson trial, waiting for the verdict.
Austin Powers.
All right, hold on. Here we go.
Think about it, please. I'm not begging now. I'm a little big and tight.
Too macho.
What was that?
That was his attempted voice work, so he could get hired somewhere with his multiple talents. Look, I'm a videographer, I'm a director, I write, and I can do voice work. Lord,
I can do animal voices.
Why don't I try out for SNL? Oh man!
But I'm as close to begging as you can get.
Was that the baby talk?
Yeah.
Oh my God! I got to hear that again.
No, I love you.
No, you hang up. No, you hang up.
Now, and I'm a little big and tight.
Is your secret little baby talk?
What did he say? I'm not the big type. I'm not the big type. No, I'm not the big type.
I'm not the begging type. I just made a video begging you to come back.
Right. Yeah, a freaking hour-long begging tape.
Oh, man.
Only begging is not begging.
I'm not apologizing.
I'm the stupid type. Dude, you are a weirdo. You know what? You are weird.
I know where the expression comes about crawling in a hole. I really want to crawl in a hole.
I don't blame you.
There's not enough stuff to cover.
It's so weird.
No hole's big enough.
Take your tape, cover it.
Crawl into your lips.
You crawled out of a hole.
You should crawl into the sea where you came from.
He just crawled down.
All right.
Dude, he's taking snaps.
I don't want it to end.
I know. It's great.
I can sit there forever watching this. Hey, next time we run it without the voice.
Right.
We ad-lib.
Right. We fill in our own.
Gary, when you ask Howard to keep rolling the tape, are you begging?
All right. You're not the begging type.
I'm not the Russian
All right, here we go. Here we go.
I'm not the
All right, come on. Let's go. He's right.
But I'm as close to begging as you can get, and I really want you to think about this whole tape. And the great thing about videotape is you can rewind it and watch it all over again.
Because you can't resist.
Did you ever think when you were making this tape that it was for me? Never.
Never for a second.
Everything comes to Howard. All right, hold on.
You know, this sets up a new timeline.
Right.
BV and AV. Before
Right.
the video.
And after the video.
The Baba Booey saga continues.
Right. There's so much humiliation in that one short life. My parents would only fix my teeth.
That could have been some more.
Episode dumb.
If you miss any of the important parts.
Make sure you didn't miss any important parts.
Aren't you picturing like the little devil on one shoulder?
Yeah.
And
There we go.
I didn't have enough time to caption this.
I think we could be good together. Please think about it. Thanks.
I love you, man.
Oh, beautiful.
Okay. We're going to leave it there, guys, because the next is just the second showing, and we've already made this one exponentially longer than the first part. But I want to thank you for suggesting this one. I think you suggested this one, or if not, I think, it was your suggestion. I thought the MTV audition, but that's short. That's not one episode. That's part of an episode.
Right. We were spitballing ideas, and then this one came up, and it's been a good one. A lot of laughs. I mean, for me, this was the pinnacle. of like the funny stuff at Howard Stern. This is probably, for at least for me personally, the funniest thing I ever heard on the show.
Oh yeah. It goes right up there with Artie imitating High Pitch Mike at Disneyland, and with there's so many friggin'
but this
Fred's bachelor party. God, there's a lot of good episodes.
But to me, this was by far the funniest. I mean, like I said, I can literally remember pulling over and going into to court late and just laughing and I mean, literally tearing up. It was so funny.
Phenomenal. Anyway, thank you so much for this one, brother, and thank you guys for listening. We hope we've enjoyed this. And I don't know if you had a request. You got a song dedication for the first one, because I don't recall what it was. But if you didn't, do you have one for this one?
I wanted Shock the Monkey.
We did Shock the Monkey. So I'll take care of this one then. No, it wasn't Shock the Monkey. I chose Monkey Man by the Stones. So if you want Shock the Monkey for this, if we haven't already done it.
Shock the Monkey by Peter Gabriel.
Okay, sounds perfect. Anyway, if not, I'll pick up something else completely monkey related. So, guys, take care. We love you. Have a good one.
Right.
You'll recognize
Katie
this.
Lang.
You'll recognize this Canadian.
Go ahead and sing a little.
Dreaming. I must be dreaming.
Do you know who that is?
Is that Anne Murray?
When I look into your eyes.
Oh, you have vibrato and everything.
He's very talented.
It's amazing.
Well, I am happy that
Heartbreak.
Oh, my God.
It must be heartbreak for you and I.
I can't even see your face. That's what's
when
making this really
I get
he's very serious.